Hello, good evening to everyone. So today it's 6th of October. I have been going around and talking about 6th of October is the World Financial Planning Day. And this year is the fifth years that we are celebrating World Financial Planning Day. And the theme of this year's World Financial Planning Day is to live your today and plan well tomorrow. There's a saying that says that yesterday already passed and tomorrow is yet to come. The only day that we truly live in is today. So we have to remember to live in today, to slow down, enjoy what we treasure, look around us, and do what we love. Don't just think about what happened yesterday and let it drag you down. Do not also think too much or live too much in the future because like what happened all this in the past nearly 2 years, right? If I have been waiting to let's say I underlive myself, I underspend all the time, force myself to everyday eat roti so that I can retire 10 years or 20 years earlier, but maybe that 20 years in the future will not come at all. So what happened, I have never get to enjoy life while I'm still able to do so. So I think the thing here is to strike a balance. So okay, so what happened for World Financial Planning Days today has been very packed and eventful for me. In the morning we gathered together with my colleagues around the whole company. We attended a session to learn about effective stress management, because if you don't manage your stress, how are you going to live today, live well, live without worries, and plan for your tomorrow, right? And after that, we attended another session which is on understanding your credit report and tips to improve your credit score. And from there, I learned that a lot of trouble actually, mostly, of course, I think people will agree, a lot of financial disaster could actually start from a debt trouble, and it could also begin just because simply because we lack of a proper knowledge on how to manage our credit. And from the session I can see that the trend for the credit issue actually start to affect people who are from the lower age group, which is I think 22 years old to 28 years old, and especially since the last 2 years, which include the COVID-19 affected year. The younger age group actually have seen the credit health deteriorated, and the use of credit card debt actually increased for this age group as well. So I think it's very important that we have to find ways to reach out to them and then to guide them, to help them, and to teach them more information and knowledge that is really practical and is true and is proper on how to manage their loans and debt. Because if we are not careful, those things can actually become a very big burden for us to continue. It will drag our feet and then we cannot move. Not only that, if your loans, you are not managing it well, and then let's say you are paying a minimum and your cash flow management is not done right, you may actually have lesser and lesser space for you to breathe financially. And that will actually in a day, that day will come, it will actually suffocate us and you cannot move forward anymore. Hi, Lynette. Lynette is the CEO of Financial Planning Association Malaysia. So just I think I can relate to what she said. Yesterday I told her today I'm going to be doing Financial Planning Day celebration with a lot of my colleagues during the morning, and then I have a plan to do a live stream every day and also share financial planning tips for the whole October. Then she says she also been running around organizing event to celebrate Financial Planning Day. So for people like you and me, we live, breath, and sleep financial planning. Yeah, I think this is something we really like to talk about. So it's good that we found something we love to do, right, Lynette? I hope you have a good day so far. From there we learn a lot. Today I learned a lot. So, but I think the key message I learned is that money management and debt management is really very crucial if we want to continue to do well in our life. Because if we are not careful, that thing can really affect the future plans we have for ourselves. And today I also started a small initiative, actually also inspired by the amazing global community of financial planner. What I started here is that I will nominate some of my peers who are also a financial planner to share one piece of advice through their social media account so that we can promote the value of financial planning to more and more people or consumer general public. Yeah. So if you would like to check out or follow those advice that we share, what you need to do is just follow the hashtag mywpd21. Okay, mywfpd21, hashtag WFPD21. Just click on this and you should see all the amazing advice that we are sharing across Facebook. And if you want to see a more global context advice, just hashtag WFPD2021. Correct? Then you will see all the conversations around this topic. So, okay, as to stay true to the topic of this live stream, I hope to keep it short and sweet and simple. I just want to talk about one advice that I think it's time that we pay attention to our relationship with money, and also to really pay good attention and start to redefine the relationship we have with our money. Why do I say that? Let me elaborate more. Right, I think human beings, right, we are creatures that we want to be accepted, and we want belonging and approval from people around us. We want to feel that we actually belong to something, to some group or some culture. We don't want to be isolated. We have this innate feeling that we want to be belong to somewhere or someone. So because of this inner motivation, sometimes we care so much about not being out of the group. We want to be uh, inside certain group or circle. We care so much about this until we want to be same. We don't want to be too different and then get isolated. So when it comes to our relationship with money, this same pattern or innate drive and the need to be seen as normal, that means to be not different from the group of people that you mingle with, can also be easily observed. Like when we see people around us dressed very well dressed, they drive maybe expensive car, and we tend to, because of this signal that we see, we tend to think that or assign them to the category of the those who made it, those who are successful, and think that they are doing really well. And then you may start to, like, envy or hope that you also have this kind of successes in life. But actually statistics also tell us different thing, that actually people who earn high income, they are not immune from financial problem. People who earn high income may also deal with money issue, or even seek debt management program from AKPK as well. So I'd like to say that if you think that having more income will take all your problems away, I will beg to be differ to have a different opinion, because I think the key point here is that even high income earner not necessarily equal to high level of happiness or low level of stress. And when we see our friends, like post pictures that very nice food, or they are having fun, or even showing you their iPhone 13 pre-order success or whatnot, we may also give us reason to do the same thing, so that we also, if they can do it, why not me? So comparing what we have to what others people have or do, it can also lead us to a chase that is never ending. And when we keep on comparing, it actually takes away our focus on how well ourselves are doing. And this is a way for us to create a lot of unhappiness and dissatisfaction as well. And the more we compare, the more we think that we can feel happier if we have more money, or he has a new phone. If I have a new phone, I'll be happy also. If I have a new computer, I'll be happy also. So these kind of thoughts can actually take over the whole thought processes, and that is when we start to surrender the control to money instead of we being the master of it. And this kind of thinking, I think, has led to many people suffering silently with the relationship they have with their money. In our process of pursuing more money to live the life we desire to have, we might actually end up losing our own voice. This is when, if you are not happy with your work, but you're still stuck at it, you're still coping with it, not because you love it, but because you are telling yourself, you're convinced that you don't have enough money to quit. And this is when you are suffering silently because you give too much power to money over your life. Okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that money is not important. It is important, but should we give so much of importance to it until we have to accept and tolerate things that we don't like just because we think we don't have enough money? But have we found out how much money will we need to consider enough or not? For many people, we haven't found out this answer, but we have made a conclusion that we do not have the power to feel free, and we tie ourselves down. Is that what you want? If you don't want that, I think this is why I suggest we have to look at the relationship we have with our money. Look at it properly and ask ourselves, what does money mean to me? Money means different thing to every different people. It also can be a collective experience from our childhood. If you grow up from a family that's always money is a big issue, always not enough, cannot have the basic things in life, then to you maybe money is very important. But is this still true today? Your situation is entirely could be entirely different from your childhood. So but those experiences, they are so deeply holding us back. So you have to take a step back, dissociate and detach yourself from your past experience, and take a more objective view on your today. Is that experience in the past still relevant to you today? Is it still true today? Right? So when we are so afraid because we feel that we don't have enough to do what we want to do, and this is when we can actually constrain ourselves or trap ourselves until we feel so afraid to try something new, and we can trap in our own comfort zone just because of all these relationship issue we have with money. So have you been saying to yourself things like, if I have more income, I will be able to do this. If I have this bonus, or I have if I my salary is increased by 1,000 or 2,000, then I will feel a lot happy than today. If you have been telling yourself this, you are not wrong. You may be correct, but is this really the only way for you to do what you love? Is this the only way for you to start to feel happier? Okay, you might want to think about the answer to this, because I believe it is not the only way. In fact, this thinking will give a lot more power to money than you would like to, and it will graciously accept whatever power we give to it. All right. Therefore, it becomes, and if you assign too much power to your money and you relinquish the control over to it, you will start to realize, perhaps if you taken a step back and slow down, you will realize then that when you make decision, you are actually making decision through the lens of money, no longer through the lens of who you are as a person. And this is where you start to compromise on your value. You start to underlive your own life, which can be very amazing to begin with. All right. And having this mindset, uh, it will set us on the path where we turn to spending to help us to feel better. All right. Or if we are feeling stuck, we dare not take a step forward because we are waiting for enough money to happen, but we have never found out how much is enough, and then we just keep on feeling that when I have enough, I'll be happier. But how much is enough? You have to find out. Otherwise, this is a never ending value. When you grow to here, you will think that I'll be happier if I'm earning here. When you are here, you think that I'll be happier if I'm here. That's because when we have more, we also start to spend more. So you have to always have a clear plan so that you can redefine the relationship you have with your money. And if you do not confront this relationship with your money early, as soon as possible, it may slowly develop into a condition where you start to tie your self-worth to your net worth. Your self-worth means how good a person you are, who you are as a person. Your net worth is referring to how much you have in terms of wealth and savings. If you don't have a lot of savings, it doesn't mean you are a bad person. It doesn't mean you are not worthy to be loved. It doesn't mean you are not worthy to be respected. It doesn't mean you don't have your strength. You may still be a true star, but it is because you equal your self-worth to your net worth. And this is, I think, a very sad situation. So you have to start to confront this situation, look at the relationship you have your money, then only you can start to have a chance to slowly crawl back your control. Okay, so if you do not assign or think that your self-worth is equal to your net worth, then even though you are not as rich as your neighbor, it doesn't matter. You will still be you, and you'll be proud that you are you, and you are living the life that you really truly treasure. Okay, and you won't allow your money situation, your money problem, and other issue in your life to undermine your true potential, who you can really be, what you can really do, what kind of differences and contribution you can really make to our society. Okay, and things can be different. Our life can be different when we start to see things with a different lens. And to this, I want to introduce a concept that says that instead of us focus on how much money we have, we should focus on how do we use the money we have to help us to live the life we want. And if we start to realize that we are the real person, I mean, between the relationship I have with my money, if I start to see that I'm the real party that have the control, have the power to determine how I use the money, then the money will become just a tool to support me to live the life that I want, to support me to achieve the goals that I have in mind. So things can actually change if I look at the relationship and the dynamic in a different lens. Like I said, money is not unimportant. Don't get me wrong. It is important, but it just shouldn't become so important until we start to think that if I have 100,000, I am worth this much. If I have 200,000, I'm worth this much. If I have 1 million, I am the best person in the world. No, I am still me. No matter I have 10 ringgit in my account, my value is the same. My ability to contribute will be the same, unless I surrender myself to whatever circumstances it is that I'm dealing with. So to have a better relationship with my money or our money, I suggest that we have to first understand what kind of relationship we are having with it now. Okay, and how a mutually supportive proceed to define how a mutually supportive relationship would look like to you. Okay, when our relationship with our money is healthy and not toxic, then our financial well-being will improve. I suppose this is something that I can be very sure. We will be more at peace with ourselves and also our money. Okay, we can start to live better today. Don't wait until when you have more money. Start today. Ask yourself what's important to you, and if there's anything that you are worried about, what are the things that you can do today? Is there anything that you haven't tried before? What are the things that you can do differently today? And what are you going to do after you have thought about all those things? I think that's more important. Those are taking action. So to live the life you want today, just start to have the mindset that you want to have a different relationship with your money today. Okay, start to celebrate being different with your money. All right, so I guess that's what I want to share today. Okay, that's about it. So okay, I see Danny. Hello Danny. So Danny is the one who shared with us today on the effective stress management strategies. He shared with us all the very easy to implement and very straightforward idea, such as to eat healthier, to exercise, and even to it's okay to cry. I like that very much. So Danny, thank you very much for all your sharing, and I hope we have more opportunity to work together as well. And then hi Vivian. I know Vivian tonight have an event. So Vivian tonight will be talking about how to be an authoritative figure on LinkedIn, and that is a charity relatable event. So if you have time, just look for her account on LinkedIn, and you will be seeing her live stream tonight at 8 p.m. 8 o'clock on LinkedIn. The account name is Vivian Chin. Just type it out and you will see. She's a person who always like to smile and bring happiness to people. So I think I'm not going to take more time. So I just end here, call it a day here. And today has been very meaningful. We celebrate the World Financial Planning Day with a lot of people today, and I look forward to what we are going to do over the next 12 months so that we can collectively improve the financial well-being of Malaysian, together with all the peers, all the licensed financial planner uh, in the whole country. We are I think the public and our profession deserve to have us work together to help people together to continuously uh, pool our resources, our intelligence, property together to share knowledge and educate the member of public, help them to take control of their financial life and live better and live healthier. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye.